and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I thought I would talk about my first trimester symptoms. I feel like I was kind of lucky, but I also feel like I got a lot of the symptoms that they say you can get. I just thought I'd kind of go through it. I don't think it will take too long because I don't have weekly symptoms. I just kind of have everything kind of came at this point and then at this point. So I just thought it would be a good video and also something that I can remember from my first pregnancy. So let's get straight to it. So the day before I found out I was pregnant, I remember feeling kind of exhausted, but I didn't feel like tired as in I was yawning a lot and I really wanted to nap. Like when I normally feel tired and I want to nap, that's a different feeling to what I was feeling. I just felt like I'm a bit pooped, I just need to lie down. And I fell asleep and I slept for a few hours. And I remember waking up thinking, whoa, like I didn't even feel that tired. I just wanted to lie down and I slept so long. So I remember thinking that's really odd, I don't understand, but didn't think too much of it because I used to nap a lot and I've kind of got out of that. So I thought maybe my body was just kind of catching up on all my naps that I hadn't had. But then the next day, as I said, I was concerned that I had an infection, and because I was on Slimming World, I asked a friend who goes to Slimming World, what would you do? Would you have all the cranberry juice that you felt you needed to help the problem, or would you look at your sins and go, nope, I can only have this much cranberry juice, sins come first? I was like, I don't know what to do because health, well, what would you do? So anyway, she then said to me, are you sure you're not pregnant? She said because she thought that she had an infection and she found out she was pregnant. And I thought, well, I am one day late, but the reason I didn't think too much of it was because the previous month I was actually 9 days late. So I thought I was 9 days and I still had my period, so this is nothing. 1 day is just, and I'd not long come off the pill, so I felt like my body was still like regulating. So I wasn't sure, but I thought, okay, well, I suppose I could try because I am late and I had a weekend, the weekend coming up. I was due to take my mum away for a weekend and we were going to have a few bottles of wine in our hotel room. So I was like, well, I suppose it couldn't hurt to know. So I did have some pregnancy tests already in a drawer. I just picked them up from the pound shop because they all do the same thing. And I had some spare, like from when I'd thought I was before. So I took a test and I remember seeing a second line and I just thought there's a second line there, like there's definitely a second line there, this is a bit scary. So I kind of went into Johnny and I was like, okay, there's a second line on this thing, like I don't know what to do, like this isn't the plan. Not I don't know what to do as in I always knew I wanted to get pregnant and I was going to always have a baby, but yeah, I just kind of went, okay, this isn't our plan. There's two lines, like I was really shocked. Anyway, I said, should I take another test? So I went and took another test and that line came up darker. So from that point on, maybe it's psychological, I don't know, but from that point on I started to see symptoms. So I recognised, okay, well that obviously is why I was so tired the day before and why I slept a lot. But from that point on I did start feeling ill. I wasn't vomiting, which I'm so grateful for, because I'm a bit of a baby when I'm unwell, so being sick is not something I can handle. So I was really grateful for that. I wasn't vomiting or anything, I just felt sick. And I did all my research and I read up and everything, and you know, if you're unwell, if you're feeling sick, have something to eat. So every time I felt sick I had something to eat and I felt better. So I would carry around ginger biscuits, Ryvita, anything that was sort of plain or just easy to grab, so that if I did feel sick I could just have something to hand. And I carried around a big bottle of water with me as well. So I did spend a lot of time from sort of 4.5 weeks to maybe 6-7 weeks feeling really unwell, like really unwell. And I even had really, really sharp pains that I felt concerned about because I've never been pregnant before. So I know a lot happens to your body and it's new and all sorts could happen and it could be fine, but I just, as a point of care, I kind of thought I should get it checked out. So I did go to hospital at one point because I was in a lot of pain. My work actually sent me. I was going to just go to the doctor, the emergency service, and they said, no, we'd feel more comfortable if you went to the hospital. So they sent me there. So I went straight away, and basically everything was fine. Everything felt fine. But just to be sure, I was sent to the hospital that does the scan, because this is like an emergency hospital. It didn't really do everything. So it was just, yeah. I got sent to the local hospital where I would actually have my baby, and got referred for a scan. So this was at the 6-week point. Went to get a scan and they didn't see anything. This concerned me. I was like, how do you not see something? Like, I know it's so early, but I was like, what if there's no baby there? Like, I just didn't know what to think, really, to be honest. So anyway, they said, come back in a week, because they actually thought I was 5 weeks, not 6. Went back a week later, saw the baby, saw the heartbeat. Perfect, everything was fine, and they actually confirmed I was correct with my dates. So I was 7 weeks and 3 days or something like that. So so that was quite nice, having an early scan and getting to see the baby sooner than you normally would. Anyway, regarding the symptoms, so I had a lot of tenderness in in the breast area, very sore, very tender. I noticed sort of around the 6-week mark that everything felt heavy, even though it's at the point where you wouldn't even know, like you wouldn't even notice that I was pregnant. But if I was in bed and I was laying on my left side, I kind of felt like everything, like my belly and my boobs would just flop, and it was quite uncomfortable and sore. So I was sleeping with like a cushion underneath to kind of prop everything back into the centre. So that was at the point where I bought myself a pregnancy pillow, just to give the support, because I could turn around the other side and it'd just be like, everything just felt super heavy. So, yeah, I had a lot of tenderness and soreness. Oh, and acne, before I forget, which I nearly did. I never get bad skin, I never get spotty skin unless I'm really, really, really stressed. But my skin around my neck and my face, really spotty and itchy as well. Like I was really fighting to scratch the spots. So I've been trying to like wear less makeup. I think it's clearing a little bit now. But yeah, I definitely got the acne, the acne symptom, and yeah, that really sucked. All the sickness and everything sort of faded when I hit sort of the 9-week mark. I wasn't feeling so sick anymore. Just every now and then, it might just be like once a day, I'd sort of get to the end of the day and be like, yeah, I'm a bit knackered now and I don't feel very well. But before then, it was like all the time. And I literally would not get out of bed. But when I hit the 9-week mark, it kind of faded away. So I was really pleased with that. But I did start getting headaches and a little bit of acid reflux. So that, I hate acid reflux. I mean, who likes acid reflux? But I hate acid reflux. So that was kind of like, when I started getting that, I was just, I mean, it's uncomfortable. Everyone knows it's really uncomfortable. So yeah, I started getting that. But not all the time. It was just sort of like at night, it would be like the tiniest bit. It wouldn't be as bad as I've had it in the past. So, and then I noticed also coming into sort of 10, 11 weeks, more acid reflux and slight constipation. So I was able to go, but not fully. And so I would get up and be like, I still need to go, but I can't. So that was kind of annoying. I noticed that was more regular, because I've always been regular. So now it was a case of my routine was completely out. Yeah, so I found that a bit hard. No pun intended. So, yeah, so for the first 12 weeks of my pregnancy, I literally did have kind of everything I think that they say you have, the sore, like period pain, the lower back pain, feeling sick, headaches, constipation, breast tenderness. So I kind of feel like I tasted it all, but I didn't vomit, so I'm really glad. Although I have heard that some people don't vomit and then they get to week 14 or something and then they just like, so I don't know. But that is it. That is my first trimester symptoms, first 3 months of pregnancy. It has kind of gone quickly as well. Like, I remember thinking this is going to be the longest pregnancy ever because I just want to tell people. I just want to see my baby. I was so excited. And I was like, I almost wish that we'd found out later in the pregnancy, but I mean, it worked out for the best. I had so much coming up that I was going to drink at. I'm kind of glad that we found out when we did. So, so yeah. So they were all my symptoms, and I got big quite quickly as well. I noticed when it got to sort of between 11 and 12 weeks, I ballooned, and suddenly my clothes weren't fitting, and I felt really ugly and unattractive. Sorry. I just really didn't feel myself. I wasn't enjoying it. My clothes weren't fitting, and I just looked really pregnant. And like, we had already told our family within the 12 weeks, and people were asking me if I was actually further along than I thought, because it was a very noticeable round bump and it was firm. But I know with like water retention and bloat and everything, it could have just been that, but regardless, it was there because I'm pregnant. So it was all pregnancy related, and it was very obvious, like, to be like hardly noticing, and then like a week or so later you're suddenly like a balloon. And yeah, so I just remember thinking, this is really not nice. This is really, I mean, I think once people know, like publicly, once everyone knew, it was different, because I could walk around with my belly out and not worry about it because people knew. But when people didn't know, it was that whole, I don't want people questioning me or asking me or just thinking I'm fat. But it was a little like shape, like where the body is and where the tummy came out. It was like a real definitive pregnancy bump shape. It was just, I think when I saw that, I suddenly thought, wow, I have a baby growing inside me. Like, this is more real. Everything that happens, it's more real. It becomes more real. So, yeah. But I do think I had it pretty easy at the start. I can say that now because, I mean, when I had the pains and I was feeling sick, I thought, I'm never doing this again. I'll have one kid and that'll be it. But when I think about it, some people get it a lot worse. They get sick through their whole pregnancy. They're vomiting a lot. I'm actually grateful. I've had quite an easygoing first trimester. So yeah. So if any of you have any questions, please do feel free to leave them in the comments below, and I will try my best to remember and answer your questions for you. Let me know if you are a mum-to-be and how far you are, because I would love to know. Maybe we can be in this journey together. And I do hope that you enjoyed this video and it was maybe something that you could relate to if you are pregnant. But yeah, I hope that you enjoyed it. Please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. And if there's anything you want to see me do pregnancy related, just let me know, and I will consider that for you, because I'm definitely interested in documenting as much of this pregnancy as I can. This is my first baby, and I'm just excited to get it all on record and all memory. Like, I can't wait. So I'm going to do whatever I can. If you've got any video ideas, just let them leave them in the comments below. I will see you again soon.